What is Power BI? As you can see on the screen in front of you, the definition of Power BI. As the name suggests that Power BI is a business analytics tool or business intelligence tool to analyze and visualize data in different forms based on our requirements. With the help of Power BI, companies can monitor their businesses more closely through different reports and dashboards and can view the results in no time so that they can take swift actions. On the right side of my screen, you can see some moving graphs and other visuals. This is a retail analysis dashboard of some retail company. This is a true depiction of how data is dynamically presented in Power BI dashboards or reports. With a single click, different segments of data are moving. So let us discuss a brief background of Power BI. The age of Power BI is 5 years. The first released version of Power BI to public was in the year 2015. In simple words, Power BI provides visualizations and business intelligence capabilities. Power BI can be operated easily if we have Office 365, 2019, and 2016. If we go down further, then it will not support Power BI. So at least we should have Office 365 in our computers. So in Excel, we put data and make reports, but we don't create connections. In Power BI help us connect to our data sources because it has many connection engines. It gives us insights so that we may take instant decisions. Now let us briefly discuss some benefits of Power BI. First one is minimal upfront costs. So the cost is very minimal. The Pro version costs $9.99 per month, but generally everybody uses Microsoft BI desktop version, which is free of cost. Actually, there are 3 versions of Power BI: desktop version, Pro version, and premium version. For Pro version, email is required to publish reports and dashboards online. Email, I mean official email. However, desktop version is free of cost. So we can use desktop version to connect, visualize, and transform our data. And most of the functions are available in desktop version. So point number 2 is Power BI desktop version is free of cost. Fine, we all know this. We can access Power BI reports across different computing platforms and devices. We can view the reports on our PCs, laptops, and mobile phones. We can use all sorts of gadgets to view our reports. This includes Apple iPhones, iPad, or Samsung's Galaxy Note 20 and S20, or any other make of cell phones. So we can view Power BI reports across multiple platforms and devices. Fourth benefit is instantly shared dashboards. So once the connection is established with the data and with the help of different measures, once we prepared our dashboards, we can instantly share our dashboards with different levels of management. Since we have the functionality to publish reports online, we can share the web link in no time to apprise the management with latest updates. Point number 5 is quite simple: drag and drop functionality. So we can drag any measure, for example, profit calculation, total sales calculation, and drop on the main reporting interface of Power BI, and we can get updated visuals. Drill down functionality is a very common feature, which is also available in Excel. So we will not go into further detail. Benefit number 7 is by writing simple sentences, we can run the report queries. It means that the artificial intelligence features of Power BI help us in running report queries and sometimes visuals as well. For instance, after establishing data connections and relationships, we can simply write the type of chart we want to see the visual of, and it will be created with the help of artificial intelligence visuals. So we just need to write the type of chart we want to see the visual of, and it will create the visual. Last one is about the growing Power BI online community. So Power BI community is growing very fast. A lot of companies are switching towards Power BI, and Power BI users are also increasing with each passing day. There are other features of Power BI. First one, connectivity with Power Query. So once we establish connectivity with the help of Power Query, all the commands or instructions or actions related to presentation of data, updation of data, editing of data, we do in Power Query. So once the connection is established with the Power Query, we can give commands in Power Query in whatever form we want to present our data. If you want to update some data, if you want to edit some data, we can do in Power Query. So the connectivity is the first criteria. Number two is data modeling and relationships. So we can also create relationships between different sets of data. And with the help of these relationships, we can create data models. These data modeling and relationships steps eventually help us in creating robust dashboards and financial reports. So once the relationship is established between different sets of data, between different tables, we can create dashboards and financial reports. Last is time intelligence features. This is a very unique feature of Power BI. With time intelligence feature, we need to make relationship between data table and our data for once, only once. And we can view prior month reports, prior quarter reports, and even prior year reports with a single click. So let's move on to the next slide. Power Query. Power Query is like a processing machine where you put raw data and get refined reports in the form of Power BI visuals. So with Power Query in Power BI, we can connect to many different data sources, transform the data into the shape we want, and quickly be ready to create reports and insights. M is the programming language which powers the Power Query engine. It stands for mashup. So M word came from data mashup, and Power Query has this programming language in the backend, and anything that we do with the Power Query interface gets recorded as a programming language as a sequential step in the backend. If we see the connectivity of Power Query, so we can connect with the single Excel sheet, we can connect with multiple Excel sheets, we can connect with multiple Excel tables on a single sheet, we can connect with multiple Excel tables on a multiple sheets, we can connect with multiple Excel files with multiple sheets, we can connect with multiple text files, we can connect with multiple CSV files, we can connect with PDF files, we can connect with the web, like we can import data from the website. And similarly, we can build a connection with a folder so that all the data items, all the files in a folder can be connected with the Power Query, with the help of Power Query. Okay, so these were the two slides which we discussed. Now we will see some of the basic connectivity options of Power Query. But before that, let me tell you how can we download Power Query, Power BI. So we will go to the Google. We'll just write Power BI. Click. We need to go down. There are two download options, Power BI Desktop, Power BI Mobile. We need to click on Power BI Desktop because we will be using the free version of Power BI Desktop. Download for free. If I click on it, the free version will be downloaded, but I will not click because I already have the free version of Power BI Desktop. That's it. We will close it. Now I will make connection with my Excel file, and I will show how can we establish the connection with the help of Power Query. So let me first show you the source file. This is our source file, practice data, select sales sample data A. This is our source Excel file. This is in tabular format. There are some columns: segment, country, product, discount when units sold, manufacturing price, sales price, gross sales. Okay, so we will connect this Excel file with the help of Power Query, and then we will see the visuals in Power BI. Close. Now we will open Power BI desktop. See, this is the shortcut of Power BI desktop version. I will double click on it. It will take some time. We will not click on update. Close. There are some updates available, but we will not click on any of the option. Close it. We will just minimize filter. These are the visuals. These are the graphs. Like after establishing the connection with the data with the Power Query, we can visualize data in these graphs, in the form of these graphs. Okay. This is like, some formatting options. Like if you want to format our graphs, we can format with the help of this icon. Drill through, and this we will discuss later. This is the main screen interface of Power BI. You can see from here, get data, home, insert. There are some artificial intelligence visuals we can discuss later on. Modeling. This is how we can establish, you can do the data modeling, view, help. Okay, let's go back to the home icon. Get data, Excel. So our source data is here, Power BI, practice data, sales sample data A, click, open. The connection is established. So there are two files, financials and A. We will select the file with the blue header because the data is already in tabular format. If the data would not be in tabular format, the blue header would not appear. So we will click on this blue header file and transform data. Okay. If the data would not be in tabular format, still we will click on transform data. This is the Power Query interface. I'm sure that you guys have noticed that all the columns which we have seen in the Excel sheet are there. So we can play with the data here. We can do any changes. So the first step is the data cleansing. So I have decided that in my final report or the visuals I want to see, I don't want some items like I don't want discount band, so I can remove. So right click, remove. Unit sold, I don't want. Right click, remove. Manufacturing price, remove. Sale price, remove. Discount, remove. We are removing this because we already have sales in the gross sales form. We don't want to calculate, so that's why I'm removing those columns. COGS, remove. Okay, month name I don't want because we already have dates. Month number I don't want, remove. Years I don't want, remove. Next step in this Power Query interface, within home, we need to check the data type. So segment, data type, text fine. Country, data type, text fine. Product, text fine. Gross sales. Gross sales we will change into fixed decimal number. Okay. Net sales also we will change into fixed decimal number. Profit you will also change into fixed decimal number. Date is already in date format. Fine. So this is how we cleaned our data. This applied steps is a kind of redo in Excel. Like for example, if I want to go into the backs, the previous step, I will click on this. See, if I will click on removed column, it will show me the columns one step before change type. It will show me the columns. It will show me the data in the same form which was there when I didn't remove any column. So all the columns are there. So if I will go into the last step, it will show me the clean data, like data after I removed the extra columns. Okay, fine. Now I will rename my file So financials, I will write sales data. So the file name is also changed. This is the first step. Now I will go to the main Power BI interface where we will draw some visuals. Close and apply. See this, all the columns are there. So we will do it quickly because we have short time. Gross sales, click. This is the first visual I want to see. This is the gross sales. Okay. I want gross sales product wise. Click. So it's showing me gross sales by product. Now Control C, Control V. I want to see net sales product wise. It's showing me net sales product wise. Okay. Now again Control C, Control V. I want to change the form of graph like this. Now I want to see profit product wise. Okay. Again Control C, Control V. Now I want to see profit segment wise. But I will choose another graph, donut graph like this. It's quite easy. Now I want to see some data country wise. I will click on country. It will show me all the countries which were there in my data. Now I want to see gross sales, net sales, and profit countries wise. So in North America, I had Canada. So gross sales, net sales, profit I can see. In Europe, I can see France, gross sales, net sales, profit. Similarly, in other parts of the world, USA, I can see gross sales, net sales, profit. So this is our first report. We can save this report on our desktop. Save as desktop, report 1, so that we can view it later. Fine. So this was our first lesson. Thank you for watching this video. In the next session, we will learn how to make changes in the source data, and still we can have the reports and visuals in the formatted forms. Then we will learn to consolidate different sheets in single Excel file and how to merge different tables on a single Excel sheet. Thank you so much.